All right, here we go. Hope everybody's doing well. Hey, Anna, welcome to the stream. She says, inspiring us fatties to work out again, I see. I wouldn't put it that way. I think everybody should work out. I don't care what you look like, size or whatever, you know. Why is my name in the middle of the screen there? That's weird. We're going to just turn that off. Everybody knows who I am. The one and only Matt Sarugi. Here's my workout too for, I guess, my fitness journey or whatever, which I do hope that it'll motivate and inspire other people to also do the same, because it's really important. I've had a lot of time in my life where I've been not physically active, and it's done a lot of bad for my body, let's say, right? So as much as I love, you know, playing video games and all that good stuff, it's great. It's not the most conducive lifestyle, let's say, right? So as always, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on YouTube. Follow on Twitch for @MattSarugi. Maybe one day I'll take. Maybe I should. If my channel, for instance, maybe ever gets taken down, or I decide to rebrand, I might rename it to the one and only Matt Sarugi. Because I doubt that's ever going to get taken. And then, of course, I'm still doing the Thankmas 2023 fundraiser for World Central Kitchen. So if anybody feels like they want to or can or whatever, please do whatever you're going to do, and I hope you have a good time. Hope you learned something here. Today I'm going to be, so I actually need to pull it up because I don't have it up right now. I need to get the page for my exercises. Let's see. Bookmarks. Why is it not pinned there? Weird. Where was it? You know what? I'm gonna just go into my history. Are you working out right now yourself, Anna? Let's do it together. Together. I'm gonna use that forever now. Thank you, Anna. Nice. Do it. Get her done. Oh, where is... Man, I look at so many things throughout the day on the internet that it's just... What was it? Tuesday. Yeah, here we go. Where is it, dude? It's in here somewhere. Here we go. Finally found it. Strong Lifts 5x5 workout program. So I am adding a bit of...
I'm thinking of doing something a bit different here. I don't want to fat roll no more. You don't want to be like me. The shaky bridge in Lethal Company. Yesterday I stepped on it and it actually... Ooh! I mean, to be fair, that bridge was shady as fuck, you know? So today I'm going to be doing more squats. I'm going to, instead of bench press, I'm doing overhead press. And I'm doing deadlifts. But then on top of that, I'm also going to do tricep extensions. Like where you lay down, you get your arms. You don't want your arms like this, right? You don't want your arms like this, everybody, when you're doing them. You want your arms pulled in or crunched, or however you want to put it, right? Tensed. Your arms up, and then just so your arms can come back, and you want to kind of like squeeze like you're doing this, right? Like you're trying to pull your elbows together, because that keeps your joints and everything, especially your shoulders, safe. And then you basically just come down with the weight like behind your head while you're laying on the bench and pull it up. And that's the exercise. So the other thing I'm going to be doing a bit different today is I'm adding something called, and I'll put this up on the screen. Let's see. I need to put display up here. I guess I need to add a display capture. Not for that one. There we go. So this is the other thing I'll be doing. Okay, over and backs, wall slides, hip flexor stretch, and glute bridge. And the reason for that is because I do have a posture issue. Like a lot of people, they think they do, but really they don't. There's some things about it being like an adaptation from sitting and different things like that. And there's, in a lot of cases, apparently nothing wrong with having that posture adaptation, because that's what your body does. It adjusts so that it can, or evolves and adapts so that it can deal with whatever situation you're in the most, kind of thing. However, what I find is that for myself, I need to balance that out because I have issues with my neck, my back, etc. With posture, some form of posture correction, right? So, and then, so I'm going to be doing these over and backs, wall slides, hip flexor stretches, and glute bridge, right? Which I should... Oops, that is not what I meant to do. Minimize that. Where is it? And I can put up... Where's my display capture, dude? Where is it? Oh, it's up top here. I'm going to put that down here. There. For now. So that if I need to, I can just go like that or something. Actually, no, we'll put it above the background. Okay, and then the other thing... Let's see, we'll go in here. Ooh la la. Maybe I'll listen to this later. Where is it? It'll be in my history. Don't worry, my history's not that bad, guys. It's okay.
Forward head, rounded shoulders.
So this is the video I would be using for, I guess, reference. By this guy, Jeremy Ethia. I'm gonna just adjust that. When I get to this, that is. And I think I might do this before I do the weightlifting, just to improve, get some mobility and stuff like that, right? Aside from the stretching. So I need a band because one of the exercises requires a band. I'll be right back. So this I'm going to be using. It's just I don't even know what the weight is. It's probably like only 5 pounds or something like that. Because the one thing I'm going to be doing is you take the band like this, get it up, and then you want to get your arms back. Okay, I can do it, but I'm sitting down, right? It's way easier when you're standing to to do it. I might another thing you could do is use actually a broom handle. You can use a broom handle for it. Maybe actually I'll do that. Yeah, a broom handle I think would be better. And the reason for that is because the tension on a band, I'm just realizing again, it can, based on your pressure you're applying to it, can, you know, tilt one way or another, or both inwards and stuff like that. So it's not exactly consistent. So I'm going to grab actually a broom handle, because that obviously the only thing that's going to adjust is your hand position. By the way, how's the sound, Anna? With the music and everything. So I guess you could technically do this sitting down as well. You go up. You kind of want your arms wide. For this, it makes it easier. Turn a bit more like this. You go up. You want to... Right? And get back. And then up. You might need to go wider. Like this. And then what Buddy's saying is going for a minute for each one of these. But I'm not going to do that. I don't think I'd be able to. Sorry, just got back. Well, as you know, I prefer no music. Haha, not the right person to ask. Well, what I'm asking is, how's the sound, generally speaking, to you? Like, on your end? Like, it's not interfering with the mic too much or anything, is it? Then I will... Good. Right on. Okay. So, I'm going to do these things that he's talking about in this video. And then I'm going to do... for 30 seconds. And basically, it's just... You're just doing it as many times as you can over the period of time. Right? I mean, a person might even want to start without something if it's too hard to do it with like a broom handle or a band or whatever, right? However, I don't think you get the same reactivity, let's say, in your muscles and stuff if you do it without... let's see, let's adjust this. Hopefully that'll stay there. No, it's not going to stay there. Damn it. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to start out with this. I'm going to time myself for 30 seconds. I'm actually going to set it to 35. So it might take me a couple seconds to set up after I put the phone down, you know? Stopwatch. Timer. Five. Okay. Okay, so that's done. This. Okay, so the next thing, I'm gonna go to the video over here.
It is Donald Duck.
you know what? We'll...
In no time. Step 1. Loosen up your tight chest and shoulders by using a band, towel, or broomstick and doing over and backs. Narrow your grip over time for a deeper stretch. Step 2. To pull you upright, strengthen your weak mid-back muscles by standing against the wall and sliding your hands up.
This one is, for me, a bit difficult. Simply because I have issues with getting my arms back all the way and everything. Set this one for 40 seconds. I gotta move some stuff here. Alright. And I will put the music back on here. So that's basically, if you want an easier time, what you want to do, as far as I know, is you want to kind of pull your chest, like your rib cage, towards the wall. Makes it easier if you can get your feet a bit further apart, probably about hip width. Feels good for me. Right, you kind of lock your legs, brace your core, get your head back, arms in like this, and you want to try and get your roots, right? As you can see, I have some issues. And then up and down. Well, you don't want your chest basically popping out, right? You don't want it going like this against the wall. You want to keep it like this against the wall. Alright, so the next one, let's see, what do we got here? Hey, kind man, how's it going, dude? Just doing some workout, you know? How you doing, buddy? Oh yeah, that's another thing is, when you're doing this wall thing here, when you're doing this, what? No, I'm not. I'm not muted. No, I'm not. My sound all seems to be working just fine as far as I can tell. Let's double check, I guess. I know Anna was here a minute ago. She said she could hear me just fine. My sound all seems to be working just fine as far as I... Yeah. Oh, it turns out my... Alright, dude. Okay, with this one here, with the, I guess you call it like the wall wide, whatever the hell it's called, right, when you're doing this. Another thing you can do to help with your neck, again, like I said, this is an issue I have. As you go up, you want to try and tuck your chin in. And that'll strengthen, you know, the muscles in the back of your neck here over time.
Step 3. To release your tight hip flexors, kneel down, engage your core, tilt your pelvis back, and then lean forward.
Yeah, this one's nice and easy. For me, anyways. It's not as bad as some of the other stuff, right? So... Right, so... And you gotta do this for both sides. Right, so... Not like this. You want it back, and then tilt your hips forward. Rotate like this, right, towards your knee, the front. You want your back leg, right? And then you just lean forward into it. Okay. So that's one side. Now we'll do the other. Trying to get that set back up. Another thing is, let's see. There we go. It's fixed now. Right on. Another thing you want to do is you want to be careful with the placement of your legs a bit, just because you can get some issues with your knees and stuff like that, and all the tendons that run through here, for instance. That's an issue I had a while ago. I couldn't do squats with my feet like turned out, and I couldn't do squats with like a wide stance anymore. Basically what was happening is I was getting a lot of pain in here due to tension issues in areas like here. Kind of to be safe, you can kind of ensure that your knee always stays over your no further than your toes. When you're moving forward, or if you're squatting down or whatever, you want to power through your feet, kind of is what it's called. So you want to press like you're trying to push your foot into the ground, basically, with your toes kind of spread and stuff, and go forward with it. Okay? Okay. Okay. Oh, bit rough on my knees. Take a quick break here. Give my knees a rest. It doesn't look like a lot when you're moving like that, but you get a lot of tension in your knees and stuff like that from doing it. And like an issue I was having earlier, for instance, was my bicep, my left arm, felt so tense that I could barely like extend my arm and flex it. Like it hurt, basically. That's pretty much gone now. I still feel that tension there, but it's not like it was before I started working out, which is great. And that's the point of doing some kind of warm-up. For instance, before you actually start lifting weights, is you're not trying to necessarily how to put it, you're preloading the muscles in your body so that they respond better. But like if you have tightness, tautness, or whatever, and pain, strain in like muscles and stuff like that before you start working out, a lot of times it's because after your last workout or whatever it was you did that caused that tension, your muscles kind of like that. So you need to get it, want to release that tension. And when you warm up, here's another thing. If over time, you might not at first suffer from that, but eventually you might if you're not ensuring that you're taking care of that, like at the beginnings of your workouts. Then it might hit you later, kind of thing, right? Maybe not at first, but it probably will later. Because you're kind of going at it cold, as they say.
Deepen the stretch. Step 4. Strengthen your weakened
And then this.
bridges. Keep your back straight. Squeeze your butt.
So that's what I want to be doing, not down here. This one's a bit rough for me. Alright, let's see how we do. Just gotta push it, you know? Push it. And I'll try doing a couple of them. Yeah, I think brace your core, and then push up through your hips. Right? That looks pretty straight. Okay. Okay. So there's that. You've been practicing on rivals and you've gotten better with Ronald. Right on? Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to do these 4 exercises pretty much every day that I work out from now on. So that I'm improving my posture and flexibility and all that. Now I'm going to do a bit of yoga. This is going to be just to work out a few more kinks, let's say, that are in the system. And no, I don't know what most of these are called. I just know the movements, so. I like to... This one I'm going to start with is really good. This one's called the foot sit. I don't know the names of all of them, but this one I know. This is like the foot sit. And you literally just sit like this. Right? And lean your weight back onto your heels that you're sitting on. And kind of drive a little bit with your feet. And this puts most of the pressure back here on like your mostly on like your toes and stuff like that. This is supposed to be really good for your blood flow and various things. And also like strengthening your feet, of course. And then from there, I like to move into, I think this is called cat-cow. I gotta change my hair because this thing's trying to fall off. My hair is a mess, so I'm not gonna show that on stream today, you know. The squished camera? Okay, I can try and fix it. Let's see. How's that? And I'll just shrink the chat box. Is that better, Anna? Are you sure it's the squish camera? How's your workout going? I suppose I could even actually, you know, just make this. All right. I wonder, does the camera look better to you now? Like, is that easier on the eyes? All right. Oh yeah, I forgot the proportion things, right, for you. There we go. You know what? I can make it a little bit bigger. Maybe. Bring that in a bit. There. That should be good. Okay. We'll get back to the yoga stretches. Well, good luck with your workout and whatever else you're doing, and maybe I'll stop by. I'll probably stop by when you, if you're still streaming Dark Souls. See how things are going, you know? I'm not going to go too hard with this one because I already did something for this, kind of. But one thing I didn't do is backwards, like this. That puts kind of, you know, a different kind of pressure. Oh. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do what they usually advise, which is actually getting up in the plank. Back into downward dog, and then step forward. Yeah, that's good. Oh. Do I? Trust me, I'm not kind, man. I'm not. This is way harder than it looks on camera. Trust me. Easier stretch this time around, get into here. And hey, I'm not 39 yet, but still have 13 days to go before that, kind man. Now again. Okay, I got one last thing to do because I have a lot of issues with the back of my neck. There's a couple things you could do. This one is fairly easy. It's by the ear and kind of resting on top. And then while I'm sitting, I like to put my hand under my butt just so that there's consistent pressure here at my left shoulder. And then you just kind of slowly tilt your head while applying a bit of pressure with the hand that's cupping your skull towards your shoulder. And then, you just swap. Alright. That helps with like the side of your neck. This one is really good too. You can start here or down here. It's typically easier, I think, for people to start here though. And all you do is you just draw your shoulder blades back, chin up, chest out, try and kind of pull your elbows back, almost like a butterfly or something, Take a deep breath in, breathe out. Oh, there we go. Now I'm going to take a little bit of a break here, and then I'm going to start lifting weights. So today I'm going to do squats, overhead press, deadlift, and then tricep extensions. And I think I'm going to focus more on my tricep extensions than bicep curls. I'm going to try and do tricep extensions twice a week, and bicep curls once a week, because your biceps, a lot of the work you're doing, like overhead press, that's a lot of work on your biceps. Bench press, a lot of work on your biceps. Basically anything and everything that involves you using your hands and moving your arms in whatever plane, right? Whether it's like forward, back, up, down, right? Like that's a lot of movement or whatever, use of your biceps. Triceps, they're not used as much in a lot of cases, so it depends on what you're doing, but definitely not for me. Alright, I will be right back. Oh boy. Alright, I'm back! Have a quick shot of water here. And a bit of, dose of caffeine. And then we're going to start with squats. So one thing I'm going to try different today is, while I'm still doing the exercises that are listed on the 5x5 workout program, is I'm going to instead, I'm going to move this. It looks weird. I'm going to instead just go till I can't go anymore. At least one set till I can't do it anymore. And then I'm going to take a break. One, this is going to speed up my time. Two, time under tension is really important. for exercise, because the longer your muscles are under the tension of whatever you're doing, right, i.e. the amount of reps you do, the weight does matter, but you can do more with less weight, which can it's still time under tension. The tension is slightly different. Instead of doing less reps with heavier weight, which I don't really like to do, you can do more reps with lighter weight. And also, if you go till basically you can't go anymore, your body kind of adapts to that, which is better long term, I think, for stamina and stuff like that, because it hits kind of a couple different things. You get the tension you need for your muscles, but then your vascular system and stuff like that, and let's say your stamina reserves are impacted, and it'll cause you to build that up quicker. So, first things first, some squats. And for this, you kind of want your feet to be roughly shoulder width apart, if you can manage it. And then when you get the weight up, right? When you get the weight up about there, you want to tense your core and your chest and everything. Chin forward, up, and then you go down with the squats. So, let's see how many of these I can do. Okay. Take a quick break and then I'm going to do some more. Gotta pick some new music. Let's go with this. My arms are pretty tired from holding the weight. I might just say fuck it and actually go to not using the weight this time around. It's not exactly a good thing that my arms are getting tired before my legs in this regard. So I'll do squats without weights. Just go down, you know. It could also be the amount of weight. It's supposed to, well, two things it does. One is the weight itself. Two is stabilization. Because when you're holding it, it's easier to like keep your chest up and your core flexed and all that, right? Whew. Okay. Okay, now when I stand up, I feel under my legs. Oh boy. Yeah, my legs definitely feel it. Okay. I'm going to take a longer break, 5 minutes, in between the exercises. Next, I'm going to be doing overhead press. I really like that exercise. But that's an exercise where you got to be really careful with how much weight you put on there. A lot of people don't realize that. Yeah, my legs are a freaking burning. See how that looks. It's a little bit scuffed. Probably because of the positioning, you know. I don't have a huge freaking head. Alright. That'll have to do. My head's getting really warm from having the winter hat on. Or as they like to call it here in Canada, a toque. Le toque. Touque. Oh, boy. I'm gonna grab some more coffee. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, if anything's going on Discord. Oh no, not right now. And I think for this one, I could do it on my knees, but I don't want too much sway. I'm just gonna have to angle the camera up so that it can see me standing fully for the extension, right? And then, like I've done before, I'm gonna do it in a couple different positions. So I think I'm gonna start like sideways and then flat to the camera so that I can check out my posture and stuff as I'm going along. And yeah, if that's like your warm-up for PE, that's good. Kindman. Really good. Because mobility is extremely important. Mobility, flexibility, endurance, stamina, strength, you know, those are all important things to build up as foundations. Because as you get older, you have less of those things, just naturally, from wear and tear on your body. Oh, 6 views, nice. Hopefully that's 6 inspired people, you know? Alright, now I gotta replace the weights and all that. I'm gonna adjust the camera. Okay. Yeah, that's good enough. Have another shot of water. Shot of coffee. So for this exercise, the overhead press, okay, I'm going to go with close grip, so like this, okay, and what you do, chin up. I do what's called power stance, so I kind of have like a wide stance on my feet. Obviously you can't see that right now, but it helps a lot with anything like this where you're standing. Allows you to get more power into pushing up and whatnot. And then you just take it and you go, right? Get everything nice and tight. Tighten your core. Chest out. Shoulders back a bit. And then you pull it up. And you want to keep your elbows in front. You don't want them flaring out. You want your elbows in front. And then you just keep it here. Right? I need to go a bit wider. This bar is making it difficult. And you kind of want to get it, right? Fix my stance here on the mat. You want to get it. Up and kind of a little bit behind your head. It doesn't have to be crazy. Something that can help even more sometimes, getting your hands wider, at least with dealing with your elbows. Right, something like this. Which is typically the way I like to do it. This actually puts more of the emphasis on your shoulders, on your front and side delts, than it does your biceps and more. The other thing that's really important with that exercise is you want to start out with a low weight. Don't need to try for no dick measuring contest or whatever, you know, just you got to be really safe with an exercise like that. I would say with all exercises, but especially something like that to do with your shoulders, because if you go too heavy, your form is shit, your technique is shit, and you have a way higher potential of damaging your shoulders, which is, trust me, I have a buggered up left shoulder, and it's rough having something like that. And then also knowing that you actually caused it to happen to yourself, you know. It wasn't some extraneous circumstance, you do it to yourself, right? More than anything. So you gotta be careful. That exercise is really important to start with light weights. And then you don't like, so say a week from now or 2 weeks or whatever, I decided to increase the weight of that exercise. Right now it's at 2.5 pounds on each side. I would not say increase it to say 5 pounds. Although I might be forced to do that, right? But in that case, because I don't have smaller weights, in that case what I would do is I would take longer before I increase the weight. Right, in that case I would just put 5 pounds on and go from there. Because you got to be careful. And my shoulders are burning. Can't wait till they're, popping out. Alright. Oh, looks good from there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Might as well have a little fun with it while you're at it, right? It's a lifesaver for me, having coffee, because there's a lot of times where pushing myself, and I'm starting to really fatigue. But the caffeine helps me keep going. Gives me that little bit of extra. I would rather drink coffee than pre-workout or whatever, right? That stuff is always like way too strong, or like gives me like itchy palms and shit, which I don't like. I'm going to do one more set of as many of those as I can possibly do. And then if I can only do a few with the bar and the weights, I'm instead going to grab this broom handle again, and I'll do it with that instead. Because the stability of having your hands gripped is very important for pretty much every exercise. Hand grip is very, very important. Oh, what time is it? 6:15. So I should be able to finish maybe a bit sooner than last time, and then get in there and jump in and see how Anna's doing with Dark Souls, Good old Dark Souls. But, so this is I have 2 more exercises to do after this. Okay, let's see how it goes. Oh, shit. Camera. Okay. Now I'm going to switch to the broom handle, so I can go for a bit, get a bit more done, You can even, if you want, get a bit closer, which is easier in some regard. Ugh. Okay, my shoulders. I'm gonna feel that the next couple days. Oh boy, yeah. One of the issues I end up having right now, which is something I really got to work on, is my grip strength and the endurance, like the stamina of my grip, because that's a thing too. Because of course you have muscles in your hand. Well, my fingers, my hands, are getting really tired and fatigued. I could have done more of that exercise if it wasn't for my hands, right? So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to take a 5-minute break for that, in between there. Just let my arms rest. Luckily, the next thing I'm doing, which is deadlift, rough exercise. It's a difficult exercise. If you do it right, though, it's generally speaking really, really good. One thing about all these exercises I'm doing, except for the tricep extension, it's not so much. That's more of an isolation exercise. Is that all these exercises are what's called compound exercises. So they work multiple chains of or groups of muscles at once. So like that exercise I just did, the overhead press, that works your chest, the entirety of your chest. That's why you kind of want usually a bit of a wider grip, because then you can get also, you know, the exterior edge of your pecs, your chest. But then as you're pressing up, you're moving up through your chest from bottom up. It's really good. You get, of course, this area, right? Your traps. You get your shoulders. There is biceps, right? And forearms involved. Your triceps, because your triceps are responsible for that extension. Okay? They're responsible for the extension. And now that I think about it, instead of using a weight, I might use a band for my triceps extensions. We'll see. Because there's multiple ways you can work the triceps that essentially do the same thing, but your triceps are actually made of 2 or 3 parts. There's like the short head, the long head, and I think the like sweep or the exterior, which is all, you know, back here from your elbow, and it connects all the way up to, I do believe, your shoulder, and like I think it might even tuck in maybe like under your lats or something. I don't remember. So that's what's responsible for you being able to go like this. Okay, this motion. You can see what little of the triceps I have, right? You can see that under there. All this is all your triceps, man. And it's responsible for this kind of movement, especially when your arm is overhead. It's responsible for that. Maybe it would be a bit easier to see it on this side, I don't know. See? You can see it literally doing things all the way down here. Into the shoulder, from the shoulder up to your elbow. Really, really important. Oh, yeah. The deadlifts are going to be... I might only have to do 1 set of those. Because my legs are already tired from the squats. They're more or less recovered at this point. But we'll see how it goes. But I'm also getting tired. My endurance and stuff is not what it used to be when I was younger. My recovery time is pretty much the same in between workouts, but during, not so much. That's probably in a large part because I have poor health right now. As Kindman said in the chat, like, I appear to be, he said, for a 39-year-old man, you look healthy. Well, thank you, but I don't feel it, I tell you that. And the deadlifts are going to be kind of brutal. I got to put more weight on the bar. I don't know how much weight I'm going to put on there. It has, for deadlifts, it has to be fairly heavy. I think what I'll do is I'll do 20 pounds on each side. Or 25. I'm going to do 25. Because then that's equivalent to like what I was using for my squats. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Whew. Okay, get this weight change. Okay. Okay, so this one is an interesting one. There's a lot of cues you need for doing this correctly, because if you don't do this correctly, you're going to freaking hurt yourself. Like, you can hurt yourself really bad. Okay, I'm going to adjust this. So it's kind of more facing forward towards the camera, you know? That? Yeah. Okay. That's not tight enough. Cue. Tip number 1, make sure the weight's tight if you're locking it in place. Okay. So let's see if I remember how to do this correct. Cue number 1 with your feet. Right? And they probably shoulder width apart. Then what you're going to do is you're going to hinge. And the way to do that, I'll put the camera up a little bit actually. I will move the mic. There you go. Camera up a bit so I can display this correctly. So when I say hinge at the hips, right, so first there's your width, feet, then there's hinging at the hips, and to do that, what you do, say you're standing straight like this, kind of throw your hips back, kind of like this. That way when you're going down, you have full movement in your hips, back straight as possible, if possible. It's easier when you're holding. Right? You don't want your back doing this or too much like this or anything like that. So then you get down. There's a couple different ways you can grip the bar. Some people like to do it over under like this. That kind of throws me off personally when I do that, so I usually just do it like this. However, if my hands get too tired and I'm not finished, I will rotate going like this because you're stronger pulling, right? And you could probably even do it just like this, but it's typically better like this. Okay. So you're going to hinge at the hips, come down, almost like you're doing a squat. Get a hold of the bar. You want the bar to be roughly over toes or the middle of your foot, right about here, right? So, right, you're gonna get it. You want your back. You want to be looking forward. Power through your feet. Pull it up along your shins. Thrust forward at the hips. Hinge again, come down, and then up. Pretty much all the work should be in your hips, your legs, etc. Not your back, not your arms. They're just there more or less to support. Then I'll show what it looks like from the side. Oh, yeah. Deadlifts are rough. Take a quick break. And then I'm going to reduce the weight, I think, down to 15 pounds. And I'll do as many as I can again. I'm glad I have this fan. Helping a lot right now, man. Woo! Whew. Another tip too is when you're, doesn't really matter what you're doing, take it slow, man. Slow and easy. If you got the time and the patience and the diligence and all that, because what's more important than the weight you're lifting is how you're lifting. So you're just like they teach in martial arts. Most martial arts, they teach you the movements of like how to punch, kick, throw, move your body and everything slowly. Then they get you to do it quicker and quicker and quicker. And the reason for that is because then you train your body on how to properly do the exercise or the movement. And doing it slower teaches it better than doing it quickly. So when you're doing something quick, it's much harder to actually detect the cues that are incorrect as part of the movement. Yeah. How am I going to do this? And by the way, what I'm doing, this is called the drop set. So I know, like, I want to be able to do more, but I know at that weight, I'm not going to be able to do as much as I want to, or that I think I should be doing. You do a drop set where you drop the weight, some degree, you'll be able to do more, because it'll be a bit less of a stress on your body, and allow you to keep going. To get as much out of it as you think you can, or you want, or whatever, you know, or that you need. Okay. Another cue you can use for proper hip hinges. You again, 1, chin forward, chest up high, and 4. Kind of go down the chain from your head to your toes as you're going along, right? So chin forward, chest up and forward, tighten your abs, then hinge, right? Easy cue, start here. Run your hands down, back, along. Essentially, if you're doing it right, hands should come straight down. Bar. One more. Ooh. There you go. One more exercise. Yeah. I think the final tip I would give on the deadlift today, well, technically two things. One, preferable to do with a bar, but you can do it with dumbbells as well. It's a little bit different, but the movement's the same. Whew. And then the other thing is you want to push up with your legs and never with your back. When you're pulling the weight, you're not actually pulling the weight, not really. Think of it like a reverse, like bench press. No, not bench press. Think of like instead of an overhead press for your arms, it's like an upward press for your legs. Excuse me. So what you want to do is you want to push into the floor with your feet and push yourself up, not pull back. Okay? Because deadlifts are really hard on the body and they're really bad for your back if you do it incorrectly. In general, for lifting boxes, whatever, you don't want to be lifting with your back. You get a hold of it, you get in position with your hands gripping whatever the thing is, and push with your damn legs. Okay? Power up with your legs. That'll protect your back so much. As far as I can tell, the only stress on your back you should feel is when you get to the top of the movement where you have the bar at your waist and you thrust forward out of the hinge into full lockout with your knees and like your hip kind of forward, is you're tensing your back, right? Sorry. You're tensing your back. Say this is your back up. Forward or whatever, like, or back, kind of, to lock out your hips and your knees. And when you do that with your hands on the bar, you know, you thrust forward and you kind of think of almost like pulling it back. You want to kind of go like this, right? Extension. You want to extend your spine kind of backwards. Think of it almost like you're pushing through the back of your head or something, right? From the floor all the way up. Not extremely so, but you know, there you go. I'll be right back. I'm going to go use the bathroom. Okay, so final exercise. Let's kind of get this shit out of the way. Do I get this put away? You know? Okay, so this exercise is kind of easy in terms of, well, it depends on how much weight you're using, things like that. However, similar to the overhead press, keep your elbows tucked in, up, while you're laying on your back, and then extend back. You press up like this. That emphasizes your triceps way more, protects your shoulders, etc. You also don't want your arms cranked back. You want them forward, because that protects your elbows. And then you want to get so you're laying on the bench, you can get the weight up. See that? Support it. Almost like this. Back and up. This way. There we go. Okay. Take a bit of a short break. And then I'm going to do one more thing, but instead I'm going to use the bar back there to do what's called a skull crusher. It's similar to what I was just doing. And instead your hands are like this on the bar. Go back. I mean, you could actually bring it down to your skull, like here. But it's actually better if you get your arms, your hands behind your head and then forward. And when I do it, I'm going to do it at like a wider grip. Right? So maybe see a bit better this way. Okay. Get my hands a bit wider and then do that. Because as you can see, I was doing close grip there. So, yeah. That way I think it distributes the strain or the stress on the triceps a bit differently. Depending on if your hands are close or... Because like if your hands are close, you can kind of tell like which area would be more affected. One, when you're going up like this, you can actually rotate your elbows out at the apex and then bring it back in. As long as your elbows are in front of your face or above your head or whatever, it's safe, because you got to protect your elbows and your shoulders. And then, but when you're like this with the bar or whatever, right, and you're doing that, you get more of a, it's a different feel for it. Yeah. So I'm going to do one more set, and then that's going to be it. And then I'm going to go jump over to check out, see what Anna's doing afterwards. I think playing Dark Souls 1 still. And that's that. So that's workout number 2. Or I guess my Matsuri, the one and only Matsurugi's fitness journey or whatever. Happy for everybody that came, checked it out. I hope this helps motivate and inspire somebody that even buck like me can do this. A lot of it is I guess the final things I would say regarding the workouts is it's a lot of information that can be overwhelming. But learning the different cues for each type of exercise you're doing is really, really important. When I say cues, I mean the different points of contact and movements, points of your body that move, rotate, etc., and all that is part of whatever fitness routine you're doing. You want to be able to master those things over time, because proper movement will help your body build better and protect your body, especially your joints, your elbow, your shoulders, knees, hips, things like that, your neck, back, like all the different portions of your body. They can get injured really easily if you're not using proper form and technique as part of the movements, and of course the weight. So I'll be back Saturday with some more fitness, and it's fun work. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, and don't forget to follow on Twitch if you haven't already. And of course, if you can donate to I have 2 dono links. One is for me personally, if you wanted to help support me. The other is for World Central Kitchen, which I would prefer to use that one instead. Both are linked in the description of the video and are the first links on both my YouTube and Twitch. Whatever you could do. Could be 50 cents to whatever, right? If you can. If not, it's all good. No shame. No pressure. Thank you very much. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.